In the ring, you've got player 1, super charismatic, bride of the year, rodeo queen, cult leader, my grandmother, Jima. Player 2 has no idea that he's in the ring. Raised in Taiwan, convert to the Mormon church, moved to Los Angeles and found a good woman to marry, but was a little confused about why she wanted to get married so fast. Nonetheless, they have a new baby girl, me, and one on the way. Player 2, my dad, who has no idea his life is about to be destroyed by the woman that he married. My dad's a hardworking immigrant. He has a fish market in Los Angeles, but family is everything to him. So after work, he comes home and he gets really confused because night after night, his wife and daughter are missing. My mother's going to Jima, my grandmother, cult leader's house, and he has no idea just how insane the dynamic is there. He's missing his family, so he goes over to the house of his new mother-in-law, and Jima is not answering the door, even though he knows that his child is inside. He goes from confused to concerned, so he starts leaving voicemails, saying he wants to see his children, confused why he hasn't seen them in so long. My dad has no idea that his voicemails are being recorded, that evidence is being gathered against him in something that is going to be bigger than he would have ever thought, and cause him more pain than he could have ever imagined. By this time, he's panicked, leaving voicemails pleading for Jima to please let him see his child. And in one fateful voicemail, he says this line, "I want to take care of my children." As an immigrant, his English isn't perfect, and with his Chinese accent, the word care could sound something like a word that means unalive. With the recording of that voicemail, Jima goes on a rampage. She's calling hundreds of people that are already loyal to her, believing anything that she says. And right now, she has something so twisted and bizarre that people are on the edge of their seats listening. As a 2-year-old, I'm sat next to her in her office as she spends hours calling person after person, describing the terrifying story of how my dad is the leader of Satan worshipers, how he kidnaps children, including his own, tortures them to the point that their brains break into 1,000 pieces, all for mind control to create them as Satan's soldiers, and that the only way that I will escape his evil wrath is if all of Jima's friends go without food or water for an extended period of time as a strong prayer to keep the power of Satan that my dad is wielding at bay. My dad has no idea that an entire cult led by Jima, my grandmother, is forming, all based on this horrific evil story woven, untruly, around my father. He's desperate to see his kids. He's going to the house over and over. Now he's writing letters. Now he's bleeding out money, hiring attorneys to try to see his own children. And he creates the saddest graph in the world. My dad tracked how many minutes, not hours, minutes, that he saw his children every month. And over a short period of time, the graph goes from not nearly enough minutes down to a very sad 0. And it stays at 0 for 25 years. He's kept from the hospital when his own son is born, and after that, my brother and I were kidnapped away from my father and did not see him for 2.5 decades. My brother still never has again. Hello, I'm Lydia, one of the authors of the book Split, a double memoir, the story of how I grew up in a cult led by my grandmother and my father's search for his kids for 25 years straight.